If you guys are looking to buy or sell any of your FIFA 23 Ultimate Team coins in preparation for Team of the Season, check out u4gm.com and use code ELITE at checkout. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. My name is Sean, aka Elite, and today we're talking about the Team of the Season hype that is building in FIFA 23 Ultimate Team, as well as the new SBCs that have come out, some very, very good value SBCs, and we've also got another leaked SBC on the way that I'm going to be showing you guys. So much content is on the way with Team of the Season just around the corner, so if you're hyped for that, do not forget to drop a like on today's video. And speaking of all of you guys that have dropped a like on the video or subscribed to the channel or dropped comments helping these videos do better, well, with your guys' support, I've actually recently started upgrading my PC. I got a new M2 drive, trying to get a new processor, all of that, which is going to help me edit videos. We also upgraded my internet, and you know, it doesn't feel like I'm living in a third world country when I'm uploading a 10-minute video and it takes 6 hours. Awesome, you know, and it's all because of your guys' help. So I want to thank you for that. And it's gotten to the point where we can actually stream on kick.com. We've been starting streaming over there and having no issues anymore. No internet issues, no, disk space 100%, no CPU 100% anymore. That was crashing my stream. It's all smooth now, and it's thanks to you guys. So I really, really want to thank you guys for that to start today's video. But let's go ahead and hop in to this. And we start with David De Gea in a pack. And that is bittersweet because it's a good pull in the pack we just opened. But boys, that card is going to be blue in a couple of days as Team of the Season because he's almost definitely going to get a blue card for the Community Tots. And I am wasting my packs right now, opening packs for the content and just wasting them, because I want to save most of these for Team of the Season. We're already at about 1.2 million coins worth of packs saved, and we've got some big packs in here. In fact, I've even got some 84 times 20s. I got a couple of those, 81 times 11, 15, 83 plus, just a ton of big upgrade packs that we are saving. And I'm not sure if I'm going to open them during Community Tots or Premier League Tots, but the Premier League Tots vote is actually out, and we'll do that later in today's video. But first, let's start with the new SBC, the card that was actually in today's thumbnail, Leonardo Bonucci. This card had a big impact on the market in a great way because in our last video, I shouted out 2 investments that ended up skyrocketing, boys. Absolutely amazing investments if you guys got in. And the first one is Gianluigi Donnarumma. Informs in general have been great investments this year, but Donnarumma just made the most sense because, as I said, the 89 rated card did spectacular out of packs. He was down at about 34K at his lowest during when he was in packs and rose all the way up to 200K. So that card pretty much went up by like 7 times his amount over the course of a couple months. And so we thought, yeah, the 90 is probably going to do something similar. He came out during a market crash. He came out as a 90 rated card, super cheap. And then the Leonardo Bonucci SBC leak came out, and it just made sense to invest in him. Boys, he went from 116 to 157 already. And boys, you could take your profit right now because I'm telling you, the Team of the Season hype is going to bring everything back down on Wednesday. So you're going to see a little bit of a drop in price tomorrow on the overall market because the market has been dropping and it is continuing to drop, and I just don't see any reason that it would stop dropping when Team of the Season pops up on a loading screen in FIFA, so even the casuals will start to panic. But Donnarumma has skyrocketed in price. And then we also have Di Lorenzo, who is a decent shout. He's a similar reason on why his card would go up, and he went from 39 to 49,000 coins. And then you also have Federico Chiesa, who is a UEL live card. And this one, oh boy, went from 626.30 all the way to about 800K now you could probably sell them for. So the Italian links were mint. Great profit on those, and it's impressive at this point in the year where we are seeing so many of the same SBCs, so many new cards with great stats, and just a huge drop in price on everything because we're expecting the power curve to change with Team of the Season cards, that a Leonardo Bonucci SBC could have that kind of impact on the market. But boys, 95% upvote, 5% downvote. And I think you're silly not to complete this because it's very easily craftable, especially with the upgrade packs that are currently out. And then even if you're not trying to finish this SBC right away, I've done one of the windows of the two. It's not going to be an SBC that you ignore forever. It's out for 80 days, 12 weeks it's going to be out for. So you've got all of Team of the Season to build this as well. And to be honest, you've pretty much got the entire summer. I mean, it's going to be around. Eventually you will complete it. So there's no rush there. Once you got the fodder, you might as well do it. It's a great card. And for that value, it's just irresistible. But the reason I think EA actually did this is because of the Marquisio SBC. Because this Marquisio SBC came out a few days ago, and it stunk. I mean, it's a terrible SBC. The card is good, and everybody has liked Marquisio all year, but when you're asking for 1.3 million coins for that card at this point in the year, of course, very little people are going to do it. So I think they brought out this Bonucci for that Italian link. Everybody's going to do Bonucci, and then once you get Bonucci, and I've already looked at my squad. Once you get Bonucci, it's like, how do I get him in my team? I haven't done any Serie A SBCs throughout the year, and I'm sure that's been the case for some of you guys as well. Of course, we've had some cool Player of the Month like Osimhen and Kvicha Kvaratskhelia as a Player of the Month. Those SBCs were good, and we've had a couple sprinkled in here and there, but they haven't really targeted Serie A for SBCs a ton this year, and I haven't done any. And so I'm going to get this Bonucci. I'm going to probably throw him in for Disasi. I might even keep Disasi in. I might put Carlos Alberto at right back. I'm not sure. But I'm trying to figure out how to get Bonucci in my team. And to be honest, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it. Right now, I've got Mane and Bale on zero chemistry, so I guess I can't say anything about no chem, but I'm working on it right now. Let me know your suggestions on what I need to do to upgrade this team and get it on full chemistry, because I've got all these icons now, and they don't really help for chemistry because they have no league attached to them, so it's kind of hard to get any chem on them. They're worse than the hero cards because the hero cards at least help you with chemistry on the new system. Icons have gone from the best chemistry cards in the game to some of the hardest to link other cards in. Of course, they get 3 chem, but they don't help with the rest of the team. But I digress, guys. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the safer investments now. We talked about Italian links, but we've got another SBC that is leaked right now, and that card is Luis Figo. So let me go ahead and pull that card up for you guys. It's going to be coming as an SBC probably in the next 2 days, next 3 days, because it is still in that Trophy Titans theme. It's an icon card, but this isn't a Trophy Titans icon. He's going to be re-released, one of the cards from earlier in the year, the 91 rated Luis Figo here. And it's not a bad card. I honestly need a right wing to replace Gareth Bale so I can bring Gareth Bale out as a super sub instead of a zero chem right wing. So maybe it's an SBC that I end up doing, but is it going to have an impact on the market? And again, I think no. If it is a good value SBC and everybody wants to go out and do it, similar to Bonucci, then it will actually bring down the price of right wing cards or whatever position he can play. And if you take a look at Bonucci and all of the other, cards in the game that are center backs, well, they all dropped in price. Even some of the biggest cards went down a little bit. Eder Militao, ever since the release of this Bonucci SBC, went from 1.45 million to 1.35. He dropped 100,000 coins. This is a card that's not Italian, not in the Italian league, and not even in a similar price bracket. People are replacing this guy for Bonucci. People are replacing everything for Bonucci. If you have any center backs that are tradable in the game, they pretty much dropped over the last couple of days because of Bonucci. So if Figo comes out and that's a good value SBC, then we're going to expect any of the right wings to drop. We're going to expect if he can play, left wing as well. Those cards might drop a little bit, but it really just comes down to the value of the SBC. Now, if it is good value and people want to do it, I don't really think that Portuguese players are going to rise a ton. The icon cards just don't have that effect that some of the, active players like Bonucci do. So I wouldn't make a ton of complementary link investments for Luis Figo. I wouldn't go that route. I would just be safe and get rid of any right wing tradables that you do have. I wouldn't hold on to any of those. However, the cards that I think are safe to invest in right now come in the form of SBC fodder. 85 rateds are my favorite still. 9K, they've gone up a little bit since the last time I shouted them out. I shouted them out when they were closer to 8K, 8.4, 8.5. They are up to 9.1 to 9.2K right now. It's still a good price. Now, there is a little bit of risk that comes with buying 85s right now, because if there is no good SBCs that require 85s over the course of the next 3 to 4 days, and we get to Friday, and then the team of the season drops, and then no SBC that needs 85s drop, then the supply from the team of the season pack openings will bring down the fodder. However, that is not something that EA are going to want. EA want fodder to be expensive, because if fodder is expensive, people are more likely to open packs for team of the season. And if people are more likely to open packs for team of the season, they make more money. So they want to make sure that fodder is more expensive during this promo, and that is why I think they're going to start bringing out some more repeatable SBCs. They've already brought out those 84 plus times 7s right now. Those are in SBCs, and they're targeting similar ratings, 84s, 85s, 86s, even 87s a little bit. In this 84 plus times 7 upgrade, this is not going to be the last SBC we see of this sort. I think we're going to see stuff like this all throughout team of the season, and they're going to target certain ratings in order to keep them expensive. So the squads right now, they require an 87 in the squad, which means that 85s are still pretty safe. They haven't risen yet, but it's only a matter of time before they get targeted by one of these squad building challenges. And if that comes during team of the season, well, it's like an addict in a casino, okay? People want to do those SBCs to pack a blue, including me. I'm probably going to do all of them. I'm going to pack as many blues as I possibly can and improve my squad. And people are going to see these blues popping up on Twitter, popping up on YouTube, popping up on streams, and they're going to want to go out and get as many big packs as possible. And if those packs might be an 85 plus times 3 upgrade, and you need an 84 rated squad with 2 85s in it, 85s are going to go up a lot. And last time that they did this for a big promo was during team of the season, or team of the year, excuse me. And if we take a look at what happened to the price of 85 rated cards during team of the year, well, this happened in January. They went from 7.5K and they rose all the way up to, they rose to 14K, back down to 10, rose up to 15K, back down to 10, rose up to 15K, back down to 12, rose up to 17K, and that was throughout team of the year. And then after team of the year, it kind of continued into FUT Future Stars, but you can see when it started was team of the year. That's when it started, was the team of the year promo. Kind of a little bit in Centurion started making them rise, but you get the point. And so that's what EA are going to try to do for this promo as well. And they got as high as 17K a couple of times over the last couple of months, and now they are back down. And as we're getting closer to another big promo, it makes sense for them to target them again and make them go back up. I think that the risk is way lower than the reward, because these cards, while they might not be targeted right when we want them to and could go a little bit lower, maybe they do drop back down to 8,000 coins, but they could go up to 16K, 15K very easily. So the reward for this kind of investment is very, very high. And what I would say is there's not any bad part about waiting and seeing if they go down to 8K again. But the thing about it is once they start rising, they're really not going to come back down to this price again. So it's about taking that risk. Are you going to buy this card now and be okay with them dropping about 1,000 coins on Friday? Or are you going to buy them Friday, and if you don't get in right now, you're just like, okay, you know what? I missed out on the investment, but I didn't want to take that risk. Either one of those choices is fine, but what I want you guys to understand is that if you do take the risk, be patient. Be very patient, because your time will come. And so this is a card that I really, really think I'm going to go in on. I'm probably going to buy a ton of 85s, but I'm probably going to hold for, this will be a few week investment for me. I'm going to wait until they go up. It might take 3 weeks, might take 4 weeks. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it makes sense that it will. And if we take a look at some of the other ratings, they're not bad either. 86s, similar. I don't think they rose as much in previous promos as 85s did. The return on investment on 85s is the best previously. But I will say that 89s are right now pretty low in comparison to the rest of the year. And I think that had to do with the Lil Bro Trophy Titans. Those came out high volume, very easy to pack, and they're high rated, but the cards stink. Nobody's going to use them. And so it kind of brought down the other 89s. But if we take a look at 89 rated cards, I mean, they were up at like 46,000 coins at their peak, probably about 40K on average over the last few months. They are now 35. Okay, so they're 5K under their average and 10K under their peak. So a lot of upside there with the 89s as well. I think SBC fodder in general is safe. There's definitely certain ratings I like better than others, but I don't think there's really a wrong answer. If you want to go in on 83s, there's no risk involved with 83s. But then again, if you take a look at Team of the Year, they were not expensive during Team of the Year. 83s weren't needed. But if you take a look at the months after Team of the Year, especially during the beginning of March, these cards were like 2.5K. So there's a lot of upside on 83s. The percentage of rise on those cards, even higher than 85s. The problem is less likely to be boosted up in price. Less likely, but definitely possible. It's a very annoying rating to buy because if you've got a couple million coins, I mean, you are spending hours buying and selling these cards. But it could be worth it. It really could. It's time to vote on our Team of the Season Premier League, and this is going to be a mix of my opinion and what cards I want in FIFA. So it might not be exactly how the Team of the Season should be realistically, but I will put a little bit of personal bias and FIFA bias into this. But despite the fact that I actually don't have a Premier League team. I'm a Borussia Dortmund fan. I like the Bundesliga, but I do keep up with the Premier League. I have a fantasy Premier League team that I play with my friends. So I've kept up with the Premier League quite a bit this year, watched probably more Premier League games than Bundesliga games for the first time. And in goal, I think it's got to be Alisson. I think it would be silly not to put him in. Pope has been great for Newcastle. I think he has one of the better, save records. But Alisson, just the talent level is unreal. Then we go to defenders, and I haven't even looked at the nominees yet. We're doing this live, baby. We're doing this live. And these are all great choices. I don't think I am going to put Ruben Diaz in, but Botman, honestly, probably deserves in. I've been a big Newcastle fan this year. I think they've been incredible. I decided on Zinchenko, Botman, Martinez, and Trippier across the back line. I don't know what Romero is doing in this nomination. Ruben Diaz probably doesn't deserve to be in there either. Luke Shaw was decent. I just don't think I can put him over Zinchenko. And to be honest, I was actually thinking about putting Martinez at left back and then throwing Thiago Silva in there because I really do still rate Thiago Silva. But that's going to be my back line. And we're moving on to midfielders now, where we've got a lot more tough choices to make. I think we start with De Bruyne. Always De Bruyne, always in the team of the season. Casemiro at center defensive mid for Manchester United has been very, very good. So I think he probably deserves to be in there. Matoma has been spectacular in the second half of the season for Brighton. Maybe he gets in. Paulinho's not been bad for Fulham. McAllister, you've got the Argentina bias there. He's been great for Brighton, but is he going to get more votes because he won the World Cup? Do we vote on him because he won the World Cup and had a great World Cup? Or do we just limit it to how he has performed in the Premier League alone? That's the question. Rodri is also great, but do I want two defensive midfielders in the team? I think we're going Odegaard as my third vote. Get an Arsenal player in the midfield. Then we've got up top, I think, obviously, Erling Haaland. There's really no argument there. And then it does become a little bit more difficult. Rashford has been great for Manchester United. Grealish has been good. Martinelli is a shout. I don't think Grealish is getting in over Martinelli or Rashford. On the right side, Mahrez, I still rate him really highly, but Saka's probably the guy. I think Saka edges out Mahrez, and I think Rashford edges out Martinelli. And that's my team of the season right there. Rashford, Haaland, Saka, De Bruyne, Casemiro, Odegaard, Zinchenko, Botman, Martinez, Trippier, Alisson. Let me know if I know ball in the comments, or if I absolutely don't know ball and I'm a stupid yank who knows nothing about football and should stick to basketball. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. But I'm going to go ahead and submit that. And that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you made it to the end, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I'll see you guys again in tomorrow's video. Peace out.